everyone, and welcome to a new episode of pgatour 2K23. It looks like we've received an email from one of our sponsors, Adidas. We have found your performance recently has not represented what we as a brand stand for. We are sorry to say we have decided to terminate our partnership with you, Adidas. Well, that stinks. Callaway, we have found your performance has recently not represented what we as a brand stand for. We are sorry to say we decided to terminate our partnership with you. Oh geez, everybody left us. Tattoo Golf. We at Tattoo Golf have had our eyes on you for a while now. We are very interested in sponsoring you for apparel. Except... wow. Well, I was not expecting that to start off our day, but here we are, and we're about to tee off at the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pine South. Let's get golfing, I guess. Will Zalatoris is going to be at the Farmers Insurance Open Challenge.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. But hello, I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beam, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
Well, Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat young Will Zalatoris. I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh, as am I. Wily Will found his way onto the tour in a very unusual manner, and he kept himself there. The pressure is not too much for him. He can handle anything. He's a fierce young man. A young man of the future, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his game. Where can you beat him? Where can you see any of those defenses? He's very confident, and as I said, Luke, he can take that pressure.
Yeah, well, he might be slight in stature. I think he's 160 pounds wringing wet, but he's big on confidence and bold with his iron play. There is not a flag he won't fire at, so if you want to beat Will Zalatoris, you better go hole hunting. Close to the surface here, the green side rough. That's a well-played chip shot there.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Opportunity to make their par. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
Handy effort, that one. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. It's got a chance. Yeah, they're good momentum makers, those ones. Good putt for birdie. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. This third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for par.
Like the look of this one. Solid par putt, that.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And here we are with the third shot. Oh, that's a beauty. Great shot from the bunker. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in two. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots, and now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. 5 shots off the pace. Opting for the 9-iron. Yeah, that one's looking good.
Wow, showing Will Zalatoris that this rivalry is indeed not to be taken lightly.
You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. And he dances his way to the top 10 after that delightful shot.
Here's Will Zalatoris.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 6th, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
The wind is at their back on this one.
Going with the 5-wood. They're in the bunker, looking for an up and down here. Okay, step 1 complete, out of the bunker. Now let's go make a putt. This one's for birdie. Ooh, right by the hole. 3 feet to go here to the hole. It's half a chance of being holed, this one. Trailing by 4 strokes. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Oh, that was pure. Playing this shot from about 170 yards out.
Has the wind coming right into his face.
Going with the 7. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure.
Already had a few birdies today. This for another.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to the action. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. That is hunting for the hole. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Big putt for par coming up. In she goes. Let's head to the next. He's sharing 13th place. We head up the hill away from the ocean here at the 8th hole, Rich. A lovely par 3, but all the challenges in the green.
It is. It's very wide, not very deep. Players going in there with kind of mid irons to short irons. Uphill the entire way. Difficult to get it on that back level when they stick the pin all the way on top.
Oh, that one's straight at the pipe.
Oh, this has been a ball striking clinic. Another green in regulation.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Oh, so close. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, that's a ripper.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Lucas, is just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Rich, we know these days with the PGA Tour, the wraparound schedule, the tour begins in the fall, but really it's felt at the start of any new year that every time you come to Torrey Pines, the big stars come out to play. It feels like the authentic start to the season.
It certainly does that, and I think that the big name players, the accomplished players, love coming here to Torrey Pines because it's going to give them a gauge of exactly where their game is at and what they need to work on, because you can't go around either the north or the south course and geek it around. You have to be on your game. You have to drive the ball well, your iron play has to be spot on, and your short game better be sharp, because if not, you're going to shoot a million. Both of these golf courses very challenging, but they're fair, and I think that's what the players love about it. If you're in a good zone mentally and everything is going well physically, you can produce a 64 or 65. But if you're hitting it poorly and you're not thinking squarely, I'm telling you what, 77s and 78s come into the equation real quick.
As we head to the back 9 here at Torrey Pines South, Rich, the 10th isn't a long hole, but the slope off the tee makes it a difficult one.
It is. It cambers pretty good from left to right, so most players are going to take something less than driver, probably a 3-wood or a 5-wood, and try and hit a draw into that bank to slow the golf ball down. You find the fairway, the green sits slightly above you, but the difficult part about it is it's got 3 different sections, a front, a back left, and a back right. You got to get your second shot spot on to have the best opportunity for birdie.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Oh, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. Well, an important part here in terms of the tournament. chance to move inside the top 10. Okay, steady now. And this putt coming up for his par. Hang on, this looks pretty handy.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, almost went in. And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Go to your home ball. Go to your home. All these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet.
Not a bad line, this.
Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. At -2, going along nicely today. We head to the 12th hole. This par 4 is as big and as strong and as tough as you find anywhere on the PGA Tour.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid, to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
And he's down there. You got to read.
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
This is on a great line.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Ouch, that hurts. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. All right, Rich, the par 5 13th, so much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Oh, well played. Sitting at 3 under par. Currently tied for 9. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Time for the 5th shot.
3 shots off the lead.
This next putt is for bogey. That's well holed. Now 4 back after that hole. Yeah, I can understand you'd be disappointed by the bogey, but here's an opportunity to bounce back. Well struck. Second shot here on the 14th hole. choosing the 9-iron here.
They've decided to club up.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? And this putt to move into the top 10. Be the ball, Danny. No. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, that one just missed the hole. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par fours. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
This shot from around 210 yards. 4 strokes off the lead. Going with the hybrid. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And back to the play, shall we? This putt will move them to 3 under par.
Rolling end to end is looking nice.
4 feet to the cup.
This for par.
Oh, nice looking putt.
Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard.
16th, the last of the par threes on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. Just didn't drop. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
That's frustrating. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
These are on rails, looking good.
Currently 1 under for the round.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
A thing of beauty.
And he's down there.
Setting up from about 130 yards out.
Going with the 8-iron here.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Let's get back to it, shall we? Getting ready to play their third. 5 shots off the lead. Was on a good line. Par putt coming up here.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
And down it goes for consecutive bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Unfortunately, moving down the leaderboard, that's not the direction to be heading. Well, the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
I tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game, a bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
Oh, just missed. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. What an opportunity to make a birdie. And that signs off on today's round. Okay, 18 holes behind them and a solid start, but unspectacular.
Unspectacular. Yeah, it was just a blasé kind of round. Nothing really going either direction for them, and you know, there's a few rounds to go, but they need something good to happen.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
Well, what a good opening round. We had a great front 9. The second 9 was not too kind to us. You know, all our mistakes started to pop up, and we had a bunch of bogeys, 3 bogeys, but we closed out the round on a birdie. We're at -1 for the tournament so far. Our rival, Will Zalatoris, he's at +1 for his tournament. That was nice to see. We're out with something to prove for our sponsors that left us. We've got some extra motivation, and hopefully we carry that motivation into round 2. That's going to bring today's video to a close. Please give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.